Hey, it's Mac, and we'll see if we can get a trade opportunity here. We may get a high or low on this setup right here. Um, I'm gonna let this. I'm gonna pause it here a minute, but I want to go ahead and set this up and just have my recorder ready, just in case we get a higher low here. But notice we had this move down. We kind of went into congestion. We broke out of that congestion. We're pulling back, and if we get a higher low here, this might be a great opportunity to get long with this trend channel working up. So I'm going to pause it and we'll let it set up and I'll start it back if we get a trade opportunity. Okay, I'd really like to see this go lower first, but if it breaks higher here, we should continue higher. We got a good trend, but I'd like to see this break lower. I really wish it would here. There we go. Now if we turn back up from here and get a good setup, I'm really going to like this trade. But again, we're trending up. Let me back out here and kind of show you. We had this leg up and we went sideways up right into the opening for first 30 minutes, almost first hour. And now we're working on a second leg up and we've run into a little resistance up here. But this is going to be we still don't have a close outside this trend channel yet. So that's why I still like it to the upside. This probably needs extending on up now. But you can clearly see this will, if we close lower here or outside this trend line, that'll be the first close outside. So we're most likely going to still see an attempt to retest the low. So we may get a better entry than what I've got here so far. It doesn't look like we're going to get a engulfing bar at this point. So we'll just have to kind of wait and play it out here. I got my order there in place just in case. Because if we head higher here, I like it to the upside. But I'm going to pause it and we'll pick it back up when something's going on here. Okay, this didn't set up like we thought. It pulled back. I'm going to wait. I wouldn't want to go long above either one of those bars. So we need to let this play out some more. So I'm going to continue to let it play out and we'll come back and restart and revisit if we get a setup here. So as of now, no setup. As you can see, this is pretty strong support across here. So it's kind of a line in the sand at this point. What would be, there we go. Now we've broken lower. We've actually touched the EMA now. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to continue to pause it. We're nowhere close to a setup yet. So you can see two legs down now with a two-legged correction in the middle. So if we could get something still to the upside, we'd still be interested here. But I don't see anything that interests me at this point. So just to update this, you can see we've kind of gone into a range here. So if we got the right setup, we could trade this as a failed break lower as well. But I don't see anything that says, hey, it's time to go long yet. So we'll pause. Okay, you see this thing? We may get a very tiny bar, and if we do, I like this on a failed break lower. So we'll see what happens here. I like trading this back to the upside. Looks like we're going to get filled. We'll move our stop to one tick below the signal bar, following the rules. And we'll see what happens here. And again, I just traded this as, there's actually two legs down here, and I traded this as a failed break where we're kind of going sideways. So I traded this as a failed break lower with an upward bias here. So real small bars, reason I like this. It's a real small bar with very low risk there. The market's been a little slow and methodical the last few days, so it doesn't move real quickly lately. But we'll leave our stop where it is until we either scalp out or get stopped out, one of the two. But again, I'm just playing the trend up based on a little failed break lower and a small bullish signal bar here. Chance to get back on with the uptrend with some pretty low risk on a failed break lower. Now my headphones are telling me it's beeping that my battery's low, so I hope I don't lose my audio before the trade ends. If it does, I'll have to come back and add the this bar is about to end, and it ends fairly bullish. All right, we're getting close here. All right, we're bouncing off the order here. And we're going to scalp out with 15 points, 15 contracts. There we go. We're out. Traded through my price level. We moved to break even. Since this is a range, I'm going to move this to break even +1. That may reduce our odds of getting a runner here, but I think that's the smart move at the moment with this being a range, because we could easily pull back here and go lower. We're just looking for a scalp, but if we can get a runner, that's great. And a lot of times on these failed break lowers, you do get a chance to get a runner. So we'll see how prices react when they get to these highs. We may just, I'm thinking we'd probably be best to scalp out right in front of those highs of this range. We'll leave it there for now. Looks like we're going to get stopped out at break even here. Or break even +1. Yeah, there we go. So we got 15 points, plus we got 5 ticks on the runners, so we got 16 points in a tick there. And now and you can see I made the right move because it went even lower. Doesn't mean we're going to break lower here, but with this being range-like and a lot of sideways action there, there's a good chance we could turn back down. So at this point, we were just looking for the scalp on the failed break lower with a fairly nice signal bar, especially after 2 legs down. And wouldn't surprise me at all if we continue higher, but you don't want to risk it here. So anyway, there's another quick scalp. 16 points in a tick is what we got on that one, minus our commissions on 20 contracts. We went in with 20 can't talk this morning. We went in with 20 contracts, scalped out 1 point on 15 of them, and then we got 1 tick on the final 5 contracts. So that gave us 16 points plus a tick. All right, hope you enjoyed that one. I'm trying to do at least one of these a week. The market's been kind of slow, and by the time I get through with my personal morning trading and then try to find one of these, they're there, but you got to really sit around. So it's been hard to try to catch really good trades, but I wanted to demonstrate something besides I've found a lot of failed second entry trades that I've demonstrated, but I'm trying to get some different ones. I did get a second entry on the last one, and on this one we got a nice little failed break lower following our range of rules. So my guess is prices are going to continue higher from here, and I probably missed my runner, but that's the way it goes when it's like this. You don't want to risk giving back your scalp on when it's mostly sideways like this. And you can see this is just still very congested looking. And my guess is we're going to go higher, and there we go. But I didn't want to risk trying to catch a runner and give back any more than a break even on those last 5 runners. So, and we could still turn back down here. My guess is we'll just continue to try to go higher and maybe push sideways for a bit before it takes off. It looks like it's going to go on here, but they came back, got most of the break even and even a tick or so below that, and then it heads right where you think it's going to head. So sometimes when it's choppy and slow like this, it's hard to get a runner. Maybe next time. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this trade. We'll continue to try to do one a week or so, and when I have time, I'll record them and we'll put them up. This is Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you next time.